And the girl in the corner with the scarlet letter, while you're watching, you may think that she doesn't matter, but no one knows you better.
Discuss the chapter 1, which is Pocket Tracer. The first one is Pocket Tracer navigating the iOS. The second one is Pocket Tracer configuring initial switch settings, and last, implementing basic connectivity. Pocket Tracer navigating iOS. The topology PC1 and S1. Objectives. Part 1, establish basic connection, access the CLI and explore help. Part 2, explore exit modes. Part 3, set the clock. Background. In this activity, you will practice skills necessary for navigating the Cisco iOS, such as different user access modes, various configuration modes, and common commands used on regular basis. You will also practice accessing the context-sensitive help by configuring the clock command. Part 1, establish basic connections, access the CLI, and explore help. In part 1 of this activity, you will connect a PC to a switch using a console connection and explore various commands, nodes, and help features. Step 1. Connect PC1 to S1 using a console cable. Click the connection icon, the only that looks like a lightning bolt, in the lower left corner of the Pocket Tracer window. Select the light blue console cable by clicking it. The mouse pointer will change to what appears to be a connector with a cable dangling from it. Click PC1, a window display an option for an RS-232 connections. Drag the other end of the console connection to the S1 switch and click the switch to access the connection list. Select the console port to complete the connection. Let's start. First, you need to add a PC. Click the connection icon. Select the light blue console by clicking it. The mouse pointer will change to what appears to be connected with a cable dangling for it. Click PC, a window display option for an RS-232 connection. Drag to the other end of console connection to the S1 switch. So the switch. And console the connection S1 switch. Console. Establish a terminal session with S1. Click PC and then select the desktop tab. Click the terminal application icon. Verify the port configuration, default, and setting are correct. What is the setting for the bits per second? Click OK. The screen that appears may have several messages displayed somewhere on the screen and should be a press return to get started. Switch the PC configure terminal then OK. Uh, Step 3. Explore the iOS help. The iOS can provide help for commands depending on the level access. The prompt currently displayed is called user exec and the device is waiting for a command. The most basic form of help is to type question mark at the prompt to display a list of commands. So let's do this. So let's type question mark and the exec commands prompt type T and then a question mark. The telnet terminal trace route the prompt type TE and then a question mark. TE and the question mark. The telnet terminal command. So in part 2, explore exit modes. In part 2 of this activity, you will switch to privilege exit modes and issue additional commands. Step 1. Enter privilege exit mode. At the prompt, type the question mark EN and press the tab key. EN tab. So let's press the EN and then the tab. EN display after pressing the tab key. This is called command completion. What part of command is typed? The tab key can be used to complete the partial command. The characters typed are enough to make the command unique, as in the case of enable command, the remaining portion of the command is displayed. What would happen if you type TE tab at the prompt? Enter the enable command and press enter. How does the prompt change? When the prompt type the question mark. So type the enable. Step 2. Enter global configuration mode. When in privilege and exit mode, one of the commands starting with the letter C is configured. Type either the full command or enough of the command to make it unique. Press the tab key to issue the command and press enter. So, configure. Configuring from terminal memory and network terminal. So, what is the message that is displayed is configuring from terminal memory or network terminal. So the next is press enter to accept default parameter. What is enclosed in bracket terminal? How does the prompt change? Let's press enter. So the command enter configuration commands one per line and with Ctrl Z. This is called global configuration mode. This mode will be explored for further incoming activities and labs for now return to privilege exit mode by typing and exit or Ctrl Z. S1 configuration exit. So we type the configuring the exit. Type exit. The command configured from console by console. Set the clock. Step 1. Use the clock command. Use the clock command to further explore help and command syntax type to show at the privilege exit prompt. S1 number show clock. So we type show clock. Show clock. So the command is Monday, March 1, 1993. Today, in the when we type a command show clock, does not match with the day to day. So we type in B, use the context sensitive help the clock command to set the time on which to the current time. Enter the command clock and press enter. So we type the clock enter. Clock and press enter. Incomplete command. The incomplete command message is returned by the iOS. This indicates the clock command needs more parameters and time more information is needed. Help can be provided by typing in space after the command and question mark. Clock and the question mark. What information is displayed? Set the clock using clock set command. Proceed through the command one step at a time. Clock set. So we type clock set. set space question mark. So switch clock set or minutes, seconds, current time, or minutes, seconds. Type the R 9 minutes 25 and seconds. Based on the information request, by inserting the class set command, enter the time. By using the R format 15, check to see if more parameters are needed. Next is day of the month, month of the year. So type the month and the day, the month of the year. Leave this command. So the next is type the clock. Incomplete command. So clock set 15:30. So we set the command clock set clock set. So that's the command. So that's on the packet tracer, which is navigating the iOS. Packet tracer configuring initial switch settings. The topology PC1, PC2, S1, S2. The objectives. Part 1, verifying the default switch configuration. Part 2, configure a basic switch configuration. Part 3, configure a mounted banner. Part 4, serve configuration files to NVRAM. Part 5, configure S2 background. In this activity, you will perform basic switch configuration. You will secure access to the command line interface, CLI, and console ports using encrypted and plain text password. You will also learn how to configure message for users logging into the switch. These banners are also used to warn unauthorized users that access is prohibited. Part 1, verifying the default switch configuration. Step 1, enter privilege exit mode. You can access all switch commands from privilege exit mode. However, because many of privilege commands configure operating parameters, privilege access should be password protected to prevent unauthorized use. This privilege exit command set includes those commands contained in user exit mode as well as the configure command through which access to the remaining command modes are gained. This is the packet tracer configurating set. The first step is click S1, then click CLA lab tab press enter. So click SL1 CLA lab and press return to get started. Enter and then click CL, then press enter. Enter privilege exit mode by entering the enable commands. So type so that's it. So you type enable and press enter. Examine the current switch configuration. Enter the show running configure command. Switch show running configuration. So we type show running config. So that's the command current configuration 1700 bytes, version 12.2, hostname switch, spanning tree mode, spanning tree extended system ID interface, fast internet, fast internet. So we click more to see how many fast internet interface does the switch have. So that's it. So how gigabyte internet interface does the switch have? What is the range of value shown for the VTY lines? Which command will display current contents of the non-volatile random access memory and VRAM? The how many fast internet interface that have is 24, and how gigabyte internet interface does the switch have? So it has 2 gigabyte internet interface. We go to the part 2, create a basic switch configuration. Step 1, assign a name to switch. To configure parameters on a switch, you may be required to move between various configuration modes. Notice how the prompt changes as you navigate through the switch. Switch configure terminal, switch configure hostname, SL, S1 configuring exit the switch configure terminal. So we type configure terminal. So that's it. Enter configuration commands, one per line. So switch configure number. So we type host name as S1 configure and then exit. S1 configured from console by console. So That's the command of assign of name to switch. Configure terminal host name S1 and then exit. To secure access to the console line. To secure access to the console line, access configured line mode, set the console password to let me S1 configure terminal. Enter configuration commands one per line and with Control Z. Configure line console 0. Configure line password let me configure line login, then exit and then exit. So type the command configure terminal. Configure terminal. So that's the command. So type line console 0 and then we type password let me and then login and then exit then exit. So that's why is the login command required. Configured from console by console. So that's the command. 3. Verify the console access is secure. Exit privilege mode to verify that the console port password is in effect. S1 exit. So type S1 exit. So that's the first return event start. User access verification. So we type password. The password is let me in. So SL1. So you can see what my password because that's the command. So and step 4 secure privilege mode access. Set the enable password to Cisco. This password protects access to privilege mode. Note the 0 in the Cisco is 0, not capital O. This password will not break as correct until after you encrypt it in step 8. So again, we type the enable. So enable. Next is configure terminal and enable password so we change in Cisco C1 and then $sign O and the 0 not capital O because it will encrypt. C and 0 because when we use O, this password will not read as correct. So let's see and we exit. Yeah, so that's the configure for console by console. Type exit again and then press return to get started. So user access verification. The password is the let me in. So S1 password is let me in this S1 we type enable and press enter that you will be asked for password. First password and so enter the second password you configure privilege exit mode verified on 5 and we type the next password we use that is C1 $sign is from 0 C S SL1 is the password, second password is the Cisco, which is the second command or the second password to configure to protect privilege exit. So the next step is we type the show running config. S1 the S1 is enable the password is okay. An encrypted password to secure privilege mode. To enable password should be replaced with a newer encrypted secret password using the enable secret command. Set the enable secret password to its secret. So here we type again the configure T. and then enable secret I secret and then exit. So enable secret, it's a secret. So we set an enable secret password to its secret. So exit the configure it from console by console. Verify the enable secret password is added to the configuration file. Enter the show running configuration command to verify the new enable secret password is configured. Now note, you can abbreviate show running configure as. So we type show running config. So that's command. So type show running config. So it's enable secret. So that's the new secret password, enable password Cisco. Spanning tree mode, interface, faster so that's the first thing we do. Password, the password let me in this command. And the next is show run. We type show run. That's the command interface. Press enter. Yeah. So that's the command in line phone 0 password that we log in. The interface was at the end. So chapter 8, encrypt the enable console password. As you notice in step 7, the enable secret password was encrypted, but the enable and console password were still plain text. We will now encrypt this plain text password using the service password encryption command. So type configuration key, service password encryption, and then exit. Configure key, then service password encryption, and then exit. So that's console by console. And in part 3, configure a mode banner. Step 1, configure a message of the day MOT banner. The Cisco IS command set includes a feature that allows you to configure a message that anyone logging onto the switch. These messages are called message of the day or MOTD banners, and close the banner text in quotation. Use delimiter different from any character appearing in the MOT string. S1 configuring. So we type again config next banner, the banner mode. This is a secure system authorized access on authorized access only. So that's the configuration, and first save configuration file to NVRAM. Verify the configuration is accurate using show run command. Step 2. Save the configuration file. You have complete the base configuration of the switch. Now backup running configuration file to NVRAM to ensure that the change made are not lost if the system rebooted or loses power. So the next one is copy running configure is start configure, and then enter this destination file start name, then enter building configuration. Okay. What is the shortest abbreviated version of the copyright command? Configure part 5, configure S2. You have complete to configure on S1. You will configure S2 if you cannot remember the commands referred in the part 1 to 4 for assistance. Configure S2 with the following parameters. So type again exit. Next column is now available. First return to get start. Like in the first command, the password is let me in, and this is the secure system authorized access only. The command will type let me in, and then enter, and then exit again, and then get started. The second one is the Cisco C1 $6 Then press return to get start. And then the third password is it. Third password is it's a secret. So type it's a secret. It's close and get the configure as to which is the switch number 2 as one and get started. So we'll rename the switch, the second switch to S2. Yes. So we know S. In the device S. Switch to delete to rename this one. Enable. The next is config the configuration and then where is S so and then configure let me know exit and then insert button for and configure configure and then line console and then console 0 and then password put me in and then log in, and then exit, exit, and for S2 is exit, enable, configure, and then enable password, and then exit, and then create, and then enable its and then exit, and then show running, config, and then so that's the current configure 123 bytes. So same is S2 and enable password is Cisco, and interface password is more. The password is let me in, and it has gigabyte of 1 and 2, and the interface passenger rate is 0 out of 4. And S is password is S2 password Cisco, and that's all for that's all for so that's all for the packet tracer configuring initial switch setting. Is the packet tracer implementing basics connectivity topology PC1, PC2, S1, and S2, addressing table objective. Part 1 performing a basic configuration on S1 and S2. Configure the PC. Part 2 configure the switch management interface. Background. In this activity, you will first perform basic switch configuration. Then you will implement basic connectivity by configuring IP address and switch and PC. When the IP address configuration is complete, you will use bar show commands to verify configuration and using the ping command to verify basic connectivity between devices. Part 1. Perform a basic configuration on S1 and S2. Complete the following step on S1 and S2. Step 1. Configure S1 with a host name. Click S1 and then click the CLA type. So let's do this command. So First, we click the S1 and then click SMA tab. And then click password. User access verification. S1 is enable password in 6 it's secret. See, then go to get started. Password let me and then enter the command whose name. Use a class privilege seek out appropriate as configuration the PC. Prepare both PC and IP address. PC1 and then the desktop tab. Click IP configuration addressing about. Test connectivity to switch. Click PC1, close the IP configuration window. If still open the desktop, click command prompt. Configuration terminal. And then guys, I hope we learned about the Pocket Tracer, how it works, the Pocket Tracer, navigating the iOS, the Pocket Tracer configuring initial switch settings, and the Pocket Tracer implementing basic connectivity.